Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are talking about Top 10 Supercars in the World. The definition of a supercar may have changed over the past 2 decades, but that fact hardly makes the metal content that makes up this class any less sensational. Here it's the world's greatest mid-engined, upper-level performance machines we're celebrating, not the very highest echelon of the performance car market, but rather the kind of cars you think about when you picture a modern Ferrari, McLaren, or Lamborghini. If it was not a lucrative club to be in, the likes of Maserati and Aston Martin wouldn't now be queuing up to enter themselves. Number 1. McLaren 720S. The McLaren 720S has succeeded where both of its predecessors, the 650S and the MP412C, fell short in our supercar class chart, purely and simply by topping it. There are few more direct or effective ways for cars in this stratum of the performance car market to demonstrate their superiority than by accelerating faster, lapping quicker, and stopping harder than any rival. The 720S does all three. In many of the performance benchmarks that road testers are used to measuring, in fact, the 710 brake horsepower blockbuster is a closer match for a contemporary hypercar than one of its mid-engined opponents. Number 2. Ferrari SF90 Stradale. This successor of sorts to the LaFerrari hypercar is the most powerful road car in Ferrari's history. It's also the car that set the quickest lap time around the firm's Fiorano test track. Oh, and it's a plug-in hybrid that can travel for up to 15 miles on electricity alone. The SF90 Stradale is a very different kind of Ferrari, then. It makes use of a heavily reworked version of the 488 piston twin-turbocharged 3.9-liter V8, which is complemented by a trio of electric motors that raise the Ferrari's total power output to a staggering 986 brake horsepower, allowing for a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 2.5 seconds. It's a technological tour de force for sure, yet, despite the additional weight that powertrain brings, it's still just as incisive, intuitive, engaging, and devastatingly quick as you would expect a mid-engine Ferrari to be. Number 3. Ferrari F8 Tributo. Ferrari will tell you its new F8 Tributo is a replacement for the excellent 488 GTB, but in reality it's more of a heavy facelift. That said, it's a facelift that makes use of plenty of reworked engineering know-how from the stunning track-focused 488 Pista and the 488 Challenge race car, so we can probably cut Ferrari some slack in this respect. Anyway, its twin-turbocharged V8 now develops 710 brake horsepower and 568 pounds-ft, and, surprise surprise, it's as devastatingly fast as ever. It may still lack some of the oral drama of the old 458 Italia's naturally aspirated V8, but the introduction of a new hot tube resonator helps pipe a dash more noise into the cabin. Variable boost management ramps up torque gradually, too, so it not only feels more like an Atmo engine but also almost eliminates turbo lag. Number 4. Lamborghini Huracan Evo. Only the makers of the world's rarest and most expensive, hand-built automotive exotics can now really compete with Lamborghini when it comes to creating cars of pure combustive drama, traffic-stopping looks, and feral, unfettered soul. The Huracan may be the firm's entry-level model, but it's no second-order offering when it comes to its sensational styling or its fantastically wild, naturally aspirated V10 and engine that over-delivers in equal measure on speed, responsiveness, and audible character. Number 5. Ford GT. The myth and mystique of the Ford GT, stretching back more than 5 decades to the GT40's string of successive victories at Le Mans, would have given this car a larger-than-life presence in any class in which we put it and lends it an appeal that's utterly unique and difficult to quantify. The car having originally resurrected in 2005, this third coming of the motoring legend is a cleverly conceived road-going version of Ford's World Endurance Championship racer. Available in left-hand drive only, it has a chassis and suspension more exotic than almost any rival, and an engine adapted from none of the F-150 pickup truck. Number 6. Lamborghini Aventador SJ. A drive-in Santa Goddess 12-cylinder, mid-engined, series production flagship supercar isn't something you'll forget. The Aventador's line goes all the way back through Murcielago, Diablo, and Countach to the legendary Miura, and it's a car with the stunning looks and full-blooded naked aggression to hold its own even in comparison with its incredible ancestors. It burst onto the scene with almost 700 atmospheric horsepower and Machiavellian four-wheel drive in 2011, and was updated to S specification in 2017 to include four-wheel steering and even more grunt. Now we have the heroic SVJ, which takes an already unmissable car and turns it into the world's greatest attention magnet thanks to an astonishing body kit. Number 7. Noble M600. This ultra-low-volume, hand-built British supercar bears the name of the man behind the memorable late 1990s M12 sports car, although it's made by a Midlands firm that no longer has anything to do with him. It's still built, mind you, to suit specialized tastes that Lee Noble may approve of, with lightness and simplicity, with the purity of a manual gearbox and rear-wheel drive, without anti-lock brakes or electronic driver aids, and for those who like their performance cars raw, direct, and big on pace, excitement and involvement. When it was introduced, its 650 brake horsepower Yamaha turbocharged V8 was potent enough to place it well clear of the average mid-engined exotic on power and torque. These days, it's less of a clear-on-paper draw, but it continues to produce a massive swell of acceleration for the M600 that has to be felt to be believed. Handling is at once super purposeful and amazingly interactive and adjustable with it, although the car's ergonomic layout and cabin finish leave a bit to be desired. Number 8. Aston Martin Vanquish. Aston Martin is set to revive its Vanquish nameplate when it launches its own mid-engine rival to the likes of the McLaren 720S and Ferrari F8 Tributo. The car was previewed at the 2019 Geneva Motor Show in Vanquish Vision concept form and is expected to make use of a hybrid engine from Mercedes-AMG. A new bonded aluminium architecture will underpin the car. Number 9. Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. With the latest C8 Corvette switching to a mid-engine layout for the first time and officially heading to the UK in right-hand drive, it qualifies for this list. With a 488 brake horsepower pushrod V8 and a dual-clutch gearbox making for a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 2.9 seconds, the Stingray has the straight-line performance to be considered a supercar. Plus, the UK spec cars will have the Z51 package as standard, giving the C8 a chassis to match. This includes bigger brakes, an electronically controlled limited-slip differential, new aero parts, a shoutier exhaust and Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. Number 10. Audi R8. The Audi R8 took a big desirability hit with its last facelift, thanks to some new sound-sapping particulate filters. With one of the car's best attributes compromised, its less-so-good aspects come to the fore. The main one of these is the way it feels, or rather doesn't. Audi's mid-engine supercar doesn't offer up a huge amount of feedback. But it's still stonkingly fast, amazingly capable and very easy to live with. The R8 rides well, is easy to get in and out of, and all-round visibility is great. I hope you guys liked the video, and for more stuff like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. See you soon. Goodbye.